In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to troubleshoot an automation that is not running. If you have an automation in your board that suddenly stops working, or maybe it never triggered in the first place, don't worry. In most cases, the issue comes down to a small setting that can be found and fixed pretty quickly. In this walkthrough, I'll show you exactly how to review the automation step by step so you can identify the problem and test it again with confidence. Start by opening the board where the automation issue is happening. Make sure you're in the correct board, especially if you work across multiple boards with similar names or similar workflows. Since automations are tied to the specific board they were created in, this first check is important. Once you're inside the board, click on Automations. This is where you'll find all the automation recipes connected to that board. Look through the list and open the automation that is not running. Be careful to select the exact one causing the problem because boards can sometimes have several automations that look similar but behave differently. After opening it, review the full setup carefully. Check the trigger first. The trigger is the event that tells the automation when to start, so it needs to match what is actually happening in the board. Then check the conditions. If there are any, a condition can prevent the automation from running if the required criteria are not being met. Finally, review the action to make sure the automation is trying to do the correct thing after it is triggered. Next, confirm that the automation is turned on. This may seem obvious, but it's one of the most common reasons an automation doesn't run. If it's disabled, it won't respond no matter how correct the setup is. After that, check user permissions, column values, and any connected apps involved in the automation. If a user doesn't have the right access, if a column contains unexpected or incomplete data, or if an external app connection has expired or needs to be reauthorized, the automation may fail silently or stop before completing the action. Once you've reviewed all of those areas, save the automation and test it again. Try to recreate the exact situation that should trigger it and watch closely to see whether it runs as expected. If needed, test with clear sample data so it's easier to spot what changed. That's how to troubleshoot an automation that isn't running by checking the setup, confirming access, and testing it again properly.